I taste just like candy. So dance with me, I taste just like candy. So dance with me, I taste just like candy. Okay, so we're going over how Trump is fucking up now. And he's fucking with some Plains natives, okay? He's fucking with the Lakota up there in the Plains, bitch. It's annoying, Trump. Why can't you just mind your business? Heal your ankles up, soak them, something. But, this is what I was gonna say. White people, lately, white people been talking about their ancestors. Shut the fuck up. You ain't got no ancestors. You got forefathers. White people descended from Europe. You have your forefathers and your forefathers before. You remember your forefathers when you said our forefathers, bitch? No. And I was quiet because I was like, my forefathers is not the same as I got ancestors that your jealous racist ass was killing. You was trying to kill. I got ancestors. Now they like our ancestors. No, not our ancestors. Because you was making fun of Cherokee, remember? Now they're our ancestors. Nah, 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 nah. If you're French, I might share a little bit with you, but the rest of that, no. No, no, no. Those are your forefathers and your forefathers before. My ancestors said, fuck that. Okay, anyways, let's get into it. My ancestors. These white people talking about their ancestors. Where the fuck your ancestors at? You mean your forefathers? White people have forefathers. If you have dominant, if you have a majority in your bloodline is European, you have forefathers, motherfucker. Damn, you was killing people's ancestors. Wake up. Wake up. See, this is how the fuck they want to go and burn the libraries of Egypt, burn the Tower of Babel in Babylon, rewrite history with a damn Bible with stories. And wondering why they be catching dementia and shit. Because your mind's so fucked up. Try to fuck everybody else's mind up. Alright, so basically what's going on right now. And I hope Trump doesn't do it. But so he's ordering, Trump orders removal or changing of the native signage at National Park. And so we're talking about at Little Bighorn. And this is really, history for the Dakota people, the Lakota people. Another name is for them is the Sioux. Also the Shawnee. I mean, everybody keep in mind that I'm Cherokee and mixed with Haitian. So keep in mind that I am a woodland native. Like I'm from the southeast, and so this is me. And my family never went to no res. And even though one of my family members signed a roll call, I'm not affiliated with my tribe. So I'm on the outside looking in. I stay in the city. But anyways, this is from my perspective, like a little Cherokee girl from the southeast. This is my perspective. So when they fought, that was one of the battles, the Little Bighorn. That was one of the battles that the natives won against the colonizers, the white people. Or Europeans. But it was Lakota and they fought with Shawnee. I think some Comanche fought with them. But anybody know more? Tell me more down in the chat. Because I don't know. Those are Plains natives, and I don't know that much about them. They're very different from us. There's a lot of similarities, but they're very different. And so me growing up, in the city, really growing up as a black girl, and you don't go around telling anybody about your indigenous blood. Because whatever type of credentials you have, like as black, like if you notice white people when they meet you, they're like, I went to school in Yale and Harvard and I took advanced biochemistry, da, 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 da. Like here are their titles, da, 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 da. But if you notice, colored people don't, like when they meet you, they don't tell you their title, but you can still tell that they have some type of intellect, So, But yeah, you don't go around because the reason why, and it's probably has to do with history, but the reason why colored people and black people don't go around like white people from Europe saying, "I my forefather before, and here are my credentials, and da 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 da, and this is how much money I make. Come rob me," because that's pretty much what it is. Um, it kind of reminds me of people with their papers, or like slave masters going around looking right today. It's like the same thing. Um, they want you to show you their papers so they can rip it up in your face. That's why you never give them the original. They say to this day, you only give them a copy. But that's why some colored people don't come off the bat telling you about their credentials and shit like that. That doesn't mean that they don't have them. That doesn't mean that they don't have the intelligence. But how I'm taught in my family is you don't go around bragging about who you are. You just be who you are and you show these people who you are. Or you show yourself. You don't, we ain't got nothing to prove people out here. But what I was gonna say was from the perspective of an unaffiliated black Cherokee girl over here, for two tribes to come together, because that back then they used not like it's not like how they used to fight a lot, how you would hear a white person say it. It's not the same as white people neither with those 100-year wars. But for two tribes to come together and fight each other for a common enemy is pretty significant. But the biggest stories that you hear in the West are the stories of Geronimo, and the Apache. But anyways, and then like I'm from they're like the natives from the plains really have to teach me, because I know what happened over here. Because we're black tribes over here in the southeast, and it's kind of the most racist natives that I met were on TikTok. And like I used to look at Seneca with like respect, that they're from up north, they're from New York, and that they are a black tribe like mine, like Choctaw, like Seminole, like Cherokee. And I met some racist reds up there, so I'm good, and I don't want anything to do with Seneca, and that really hurts my feelings. Um, I have, I have, and from my perspective of black natives, I've only heard good things, and natives, period, Native Americans, I've only heard good things about Lakota and shit. Like it wasn't until I got on TikTok and people were telling me that they're the worst tribe, which I don't know if I believe that. Um, I think that a lot of these things are racist things that we hear from white people and that we repeat it. Because from what I heard before I met those people on TikTok, from what I heard is from natives, from my brothers and my sisters, that is when you meet Lakota, you respect. Those are one of the older tribes, and that doesn't mean old like they're old farts. That means they're elder, that their tribe is older. They're further up north, and they can teach us more. Like the medicine wheel comes from them. All the tribes use the medicine wheel today, to this day, and that they can teach us things that go deeper within the tribes. They can teach you very vast knowledge, type thing. As you continue to go into those Arctic natives, they have such, deep knowledge to teach you. But anyways, let's get into this. I know that some people are following what Trump is doing on the reservations, especially the Navajo reservation right now. There's another reservation over here in the east that Trump is trying to attack, and he's basically trying to steal the natural resources. So he's trying to go in there and build mines and pull coal and pull gas out of the earth, which is not going to be good for the people who live on the res and the surrounding residents. You need to be at least 7,000 feet away, because it's like this motherfucker's gonna do another Chernobyl again, which was a town in Russia that was next to a nuclear plant that blew up. So all the people who were surrounding became like hunchbacks. They were having children, kind of like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They were having children that were deformed. And so, of course, it pisses me off, because they're going over to res to do this and experiment. The people that they're experimenting who are going to be around are going to be the Native Americans. And so I wish everybody in the tribe would drop their racism. especially for dark natives like me. Um, I wish that they would drop it, because when I talk to my friends, their goal, the Europeans' goal, and with Blood Quantum, their goal was to kill natives and have them go extinct, and talk how they're talking today on the land right now. You know, they conquered, and now they're natives, and now they can say what immigrants can come and who can't. Um, from learning from my elders, that was what their goal was back then too. So I'm just like, when I'm glad I'm off TikTok, but when I was on there, all those lighter natives that were making fun of the darker natives, saying you're gonna get deported, they don't even want to touch us yet. And I think it's because the truth is, they know majority of the black people here have indigenous blood. They know that Columbus, of course, they want white people want you to think that Columbus supplied this whole continent with black people when there was already black people and multicolored people here. So let's get to this. You know, I'm mad at Trump. Everybody mad at Trump. The whole world mad at Trump except a dumbass. But it does, kind of like how we have Latinos and we have Cubans for Trump. We do have some natives from Trump for Trump. We have some black people for Trump, and those people piss me off, because as you up here for Trump, Trump is never going to be for you. Never going to be for you. Never going to be for you. And yeah, we have a lot of red people out there, natives who, and it's crazy, and they be for Trump, and look what the fuck Trump doing. Erasing black monuments, erasing Native American monuments. And so, like, I like, if y'all, when y'all go into the description of the video, you guys can click this article and read more, and you guys can go through the comments, because we're not going to go through it. But the comments were really good on this thread. It was nothing but positive, mature Native people. And we all agree, as soon as Trump is out, we're going to be putting all this stuff up. When his back is turned, we're going to be putting this stuff back up. I feel people need to financially boycott, and instead of being there with your body on the line, able to get yourself killed, we need to figure out how people need to come together and financially boycott. But I think that I kind of wonder if Kristi Noem is behind this, because the bitch know she cannot do nothing with Lakota. She cannot go on Lakota land. She cannot go on the reservation. I don't know why the fuck she can't leave the Sioux alone, because she was looking at the dances that the natives do, and then she started calling it demon and shit, the ghost dance, and that has to do with the ancestors, and she started calling it demon worship, which is fucked up, because that's somebody's religion, and I could turn around and say that about your Christian religion. The way that y'all put that tree with the lights on it, y'all know y'all supposed to be burning, and the log and shit, that's supposed to be burning Nimrod. That's pagan shit. That's not even Christianity. That's devil worship. I could turn around and say the same shit about her religion, Christianity. How ICE got you going around killing people and they all human beings and you making shit up. That's devil work. But it just pisses me off that you didn't sit there, you didn't want to learn nothing about a culture different from you, and you're inhabiting those people's land. This is their home. You don't want to listen to nothing about the law of the land. You don't want to listen to nothing about the spirit within the wildfires here, the spirit that's within the storms, within the hurricane. You don't want to listen to nothing about the law of the land. I just don't understand that. How the fuck do you go? How the fuck do Europeans go to a new land and you don't acclimate with those people? You don't. Instead, you kill them and you say you rule the land. You know how right to this day they say that Americans are entitled? That's not all of America. That's the Europeans that came over here from America. My forefathers and my forefathers with the forefathers before. I don't have forefathers. I have ancestors, bitch. Bitch. But yeah, usually everybody get along with Sheeny. So the Lakota, the Sheeny fought together and they won this battle. Over here, there was a lot of battles that happened in the east. And there's one, Woya, which means wolf, that sticks out to me the most. I go visit it, Woya Bald, all the time. It's the top of a mountain. Because it's where Cherokee fell to the white man, to European. But Creek usually hate Cherokee, and Creek came together with Cherokee to fight that. And why people like me are born in the Southeast is because when they brought the Haitian up, I need to be careful with this. When they brought the Haitian up from Haiti to Georgia, the Cherokee and Haitian realized that there were more of us, and they were trying to enslave both the white people. So they realized there was more of us than them. So after the Haitian Revolution, it was the revolution here in Georgia, Atlanta, with the Cherokee and the Haitian that realized that there was more of us than them. So they revolted against their masters, against their slave masters and stuff. But anyways, yeah, I love this. The stories here in the southeast of where Cherokee came together with other people and fought together are very magnificent. One story really upsets me the most, and I think y'all already know that story is when Native fell to white man, and I hate how they like mark those monuments. I hate how they mark those monuments, and I understand why a lot of people are upset because this is a monument where they can learn about their bloodline, they can learn about their community, they can, and not just them. Like I'm talking about these white people, they can learn, which they need to. You need to learn about the people who live on this land and about your community and the land before you show up. Is so you don't walk around with racist rhetoric. You don't walk around with a racist mouth. You don't walk around with disrespect. And people like it when you learn about their culture. I mean, whenever white people come, I live in the South, white people come up to me, they be saying all the lies to me. My ancestor came off the Mayflower and the Santa, the Pizza, the Pera Maria with Columbus. And they didn't even travel around the same time. I'm just like, yeah, okay. Anyways, so Trump's administration has flagged 2 exhibits at the Montana's Long Little Bighorn Monument as a non-complaint, targeting displays that honor tribal sacrifices and reflect on historic battles known as Custer's Last Stand. Yeah, which he died fucking. The order what follows President Trump's promise to restore truth and sanity to American history, but critics view it as an attempt to silence important indigenous perspectives from a nation's historical narrative. Duh. And I mean, as me being a black native, I already know how it feels to have your ancestors deleted. That's why Europeans came over here. They saw all them black people over here. They gave my tribe the word Cherokee, which that's not what we call ourselves. It's Ani Unuia. Some people say Tusalagi, but I don't like to say that. Just because the people who say it are very rude, or just because the one person I met is really really nasty. But when the white man came, the white man gave names for our tribe. And so the name for my tribe is Cherokee, and it was named after the tree because they felt we looked like trees. And when you come over here and you see our trees are not pale white as paper. They're dark and they're brown and they're darker than me. So that's what they were trying to say. All these people are dark as hell. And of course, these European white people are afraid as fuck of dark people. The same shit that they did in Australia with the Aborigines. How they go into Australia and they want to put all those natives and indigenous and aboriginal in the outback was the same that they figured that they were going to do over here. But they didn't think natives like my ancestors were not going to walk that trail of tears and be tricked that way. But some people did. Bless them and their ancestors and bless them and their bloodline today. But that was their plan. Walking them to the reservations. That was them, the West was them starting to figure out the white people's outback when they came over here. Similar to what they did to the Aboriginal was what they were planning to do over here as well. So, as well as Canada. Push all the natives further up towards the Arctic since they don't like the cold. Everybody keep in mind, we're talking about racist white people. We're not talking about the white people who see racism and they reject it and they do not want to live that way. I wish some of these would pop up. Pictures. Trump's order to remove and change of Native American signage at National Park at Little Bighorn Battlefield, where history runs deep in the valley where the famous battle occurred. The controversy has stirred strong emotions among Native American community members. Yeah, like Not, like I said, you seeing people who don't even really, talk to you much about their indigenous blood. And of course, like, this pisses me off. And I don't know what Trump is talking about. Talking about we need to restore American history. You are doing the same shit Cleopatra did. You are whitewashing American history. You're whitewashing American history. So, I wonder, are those Native Americans who are for Trump, are you going to change now? Because we still have some black people who are for Trump who will not change. We still have some Latinos and Cubans who are for Trump who will not change. But that's what I. But Native, like, it's a little bit different. You're supposed to be about community. So as you see, Trump don't give a fuck about you. He want to go ahead and wipe out the last 1% that he can find. Why would a native be for Trump? Another thing I don't understand. I really feel like a lie came from the white people telling Native American women don't marry other Native men, and none of them are. And they all think that's cute. They all go marry white men. Like, you don't really see them go for Asian. Sometimes you see them go for black. I mean, look at me. But like, the Plains ones, I was looking at their last names. I was like, why do they all have white last names or English last names? And one of my friends was telling me, because that's what happened when Europe came over. They started raping us and mingling with us and mating with us. And I just guess that the rest of the tribe doesn't see how that's a trick for your children to have less and less and less blood quantum. And blood quantum did not come from us. I don't give a fuck. I really think those must be white people wrapped up in, like, or apples, bad apples, wrapped up in, like, pretending to be native, because we did not come up with blood quantum, the Native American community. They came from Rome. That's something that's not from us, that was put on us. And after a few years, like, some natives see what I'm talking about, it can be a contributor to wiping natives out. And we're not dead yet. It does piss me off how white culture acts. If there's 1% or 2%, then it's gone. No, it's like, I like how Latinos and Mexicans act. If you have 1%, excuse me, or 2%, it's still there. Same thing with Neanderthals. So Cro-Mags tried to kill them out, and they didn't. There's still 1% around. Y'all look up Cro-Mags. That's who killed the woolly mammoth and almost put Neanderthal in extinction. And I think a lot of people are confusing Neanderthal for Cro-Mags. Cro-Mags were those white cavemen back then that were going around killing everyone and everything. And I really think that a lot of Europeans have Cro-Mag in their blood. And I think that's why they act the way they do. Very animalistic, very like, making up excuses to kill any human being out there. So everything with the battle, where it happened, it was here in the valley where it happened. I feel like I've heard this person's Kiana Kachora. I feel like I've heard that name before, Kachora. Well, anyways, who works with the Custer Battlefield Trading Post, said Sunday, for Kachora, the history of Little Bighorn is deeply personal. Yeah, this is something I want to. This is something I wanted, like a landmark I wanted to travel to and learn. But this is more hurtful for someone who's of that tribe. It is hurtful to me too. But it's like, what the fuck? Why y'all keep attacking Lakota? Which is my question. They don't want to attack Cherokee because we ready. They probably can't find us. And then Lakota, they were, before white men came, they were a tribe that was very much about the community, because up there is the cold. Without these teachings, I wouldn't know who I was. It was only recently that I started to get more into my identity as a Native person, as an indigenous person, Cotra said. The Trump administration moved target signage describing broken promises to Native American tribes and references to the loss of indigenous culture and language under boarding school systems. Yeah, which has happened to my family. It bothers me really deeply. It's bothering me too. And I'm not a Plains native. They call us woodlands over here. She calls the action an attempt to erase Native history. Yeah, like, I wonder what makes any culture think they're better than black people. If they're going to erase blacks, they're going to erase natives. And Mexicans are natives, and they refuse to learn that. They refuse to learn that American is one continent. They refuse to learn what our culture, American culture, is about, yet they want to come over here and be about it and tell other people what it is. So the last thing I need to hear, I really do not want to hear another Native American say that a black person is pretending, because ain't no fucking black person pretending. Talk to them more and learn about the indigenous blood that runs in their veins too. Y'all may be of the same tribe. Is in those natives who are white. I ain't forget about you, because those are usually the ones who end up being a good friend of mine. And I'm talking about the natives who are white. I'm not talking about a white person who's got one grandma that's Native American. I'm talking about the natives, the blonde hair, blue eyed Native Americans who look white, but they're not. They're of the tribe. It's disgusting. It's making me mad. It made me cry. I'm pissed off. And I know it's small for a lot of people out here. It's disgusting, disgusting, and wrong. You know, a lot of people don't even really know their bloodline because of all this erasure. You should not, or like me, they don't talk about it much. You should not erase other people's history because it makes you uncomfortable. Kochora said. Kochora believes that the story must remain accessible to all visitors. I do too, and I want to visit and learn everything that I can about from that location. Other people need to know this too. Yeah, and so does Trump. He need to go down there and learn what he can from the location. We're not a thing of the past. We're here, we're present, and we've been here for a really long time, and we'll be here for a long time to come. Coach Ross says, Lucy, real big bird. Who's Lucy? An educator at Crow Agency. Public school views preserving indigenous history as a responsibility she won't abandon. We're still going to continue to teach our language, teach our history, being who we are as Aspaloki, as indigenous people and original people of the land. Real Bird said. Is that the name of Crow? Because like I was saying to y'all, all these names that y'all call the tribes are like, Eskimo is not their real name. That's an insult that the white man laid on them, and they call themselves Inuit. Like, that's just the biggest example that people know. Like, I just learned last year, Iroquois real name is Hiawassee, like after the river down here. Because I noticed some natives don't want you calling the white version of that tribe. Like, some natives, a lot of people really get mad if you call the Inuit Eskimo. So I just learned last year, some people get mad if you call Iroquois, which is where my tribe descends from. If you don't call them Hiawassee, they'll get mad. Not them, it'll be someone outside of their tribe. Even if the controversial signage, how is it controversial? They ain't been controversial all these years. Okay, y'all need to be careful with these adjectives. Even if the sign disappears from the monument, Real Bird emphasizes that the community's resilience. Dude, if anything disappears, just put it back up. Um, I don't know. Maybe I was gonna say maybe they should close these parks, but nah, because that's how they get money is foot traffic. Well, let's just see how things go. We're still here. We never left. Real Bird said. The educators and community members remain committed to sharing their history regardless of federal policy. That's not federal policy, man. That's Trump coming in doing his racist Hitler shit. And let's keep in mind, Hitler was born a Jew, racist against his own self-hate, killing other Jews. Like, Trump is the same shit. You're a fucking immigrant, and you're going around killing other immigrants. Trump's mother is from Scotland. I don't understand these white people coming over here, killing Native Americans, killing black people, and then they're like, we're going to erase the history and nobody will know anything. But that didn't even work in the past. Y'all already tried that. It's not going to work now, and it's not going to work in the future. Quit trying to make erasure and slavery fetch. We're going to keep telling our story. The victory happened 150 years ago, and they're welcome to join us because we're going to have a victory, Real Bird said. I know, right? But I'm not going to go through the comments. You all can come go through, I'm not going to do that. Y'all can come and go through the comments. Yeah. Trump out there just trying to hurt people's feelings because y'all impeaching him right now and he got his feelings hurt. But y'all need to be talking about this. Indigenous people amongst your tribal family, friends, community. Y'all need to be talking about the atrocities that Trump is doing to the Native American community. I mean, you see black people, we talk about it, shit. Black people talk about it. Black people talk about it. I wonder why he hits Lakota so much. I think it's because Kristi Noem, I think she's upset that she doesn't have a connection with Lakota. And you're not gonna have no connection. Once you fuck up, that's it. That's it, you know. Once she fucked up with the natives, that's it. No, 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 no. Kristi Noem crazy. And then she's stealing people money and shit to ride around in airplanes. It's crazy. And then you think like, you act like nobody can see you. You do know we can see you, right? He wants to take the sign down, Trump. Just like he took down the military of black people signs down from the cemeteries, military cemeteries. Just like he's taking down signage of black people. Now he wants to move on to natives. Shit, go ahead and move on to white people. Go on to your own people. Erase shit from the Scots. Erase shit from the Germans. Yeah, just because you erase shit doesn't mean you erased it worldwide. Doesn't mean you Men in Blacks, flashlight everybody's mind worldwide. So just because he kind of remind me of a bunny, Trump, just because he don't see it, he think everybody else don't see it. But it's like, you do know we can see you, right? No. You do know we can see you, right? No. And I think the bullshit that he says, so we can restore America history and sanity. Yeah, it really hurts these white people feeling that they did wrong. That they came to this country, raped black people, brought some black people. Black people were already here, too. And they actually lied to the world that they gave America black people. You gave us some more black people, and we had black people. That's why you think they showed up mad as hell trying to kill everybody. Try to kill all my ancestors and shit. Why you think they call my tribe Cherokee? Because they look like the tree. Their skin is dark like the tree. That's why they come over and get mad at me and try to kill me and shit. They mad with all that truth that I said. I don't give a fuck. And they really feel guilty, man. Why you keep like, instead of just, admitting, cry it out in the corner where I don't see you. No, they keep doubling down. We're gonna go erase everything. We're gonna go erase everything. And I would be so embarrassed. Like, everybody calling me out worldwide, universe wide, on the moon wide. They on Mars calling me out, bitch. The sun called me. Like, everybody calling me. I would just go hide. If I was Trump. I would just go hide. Are the natives pissed? Are the real natives pissed? Because the ones who's racist, they still over there playing with that blood quantum. Talk about you had the blood, but let me see your card. What? What you need to see that for? Because white man taught you to look at cards. You want to try and rip it up? Don't do that. Oh my god. Let me get off. I gotta go do something else. Trump make me mad every day. I'm gonna go do something. Why y'all not J6 mad? Y'all need to talk about this bullshit on TikTok. How come every day on the first, y'all come over to YouTube from TikTok and y'all be bitching about TikTok? When you know TikTok is a bitch. I'm tired of this mad king authoritarian shit, and they don't even realize what they brought from their country. All that fucked up court shit, KKK cop shit that they brought from their country. You know, we didn't have cops here until white people came. That's a European concept. That's not no American. That's not no Native American concept. That's not no American concept. Over here, I wish they would still do it today, but the men used to listen to Native American men used to listen to women. They felt women had good ideas. They did not how white men loved and Europeans love to do rape. Native American men did not believe in that shit. Because they felt that if you were harming women make more men. And so if you're harming women, you're harming men. So well, at least I know that about at least I know that about Cherokee. Cherokee put the women, they hold them higher than the men because they make more men. They can make more men that can make warriors. So that being said, I will see you next video. All right, go get right with